do need new volunteers. And
all the time.
Yes.
We're an ageing profession, if you like. Some of our volunteers are in their mid-80s.
Yes.
And they've been working their socks off for a fortnight. And with the best will in the world, age stops for nobody.
No.
So I need more at the bottom end. Our youngest volunteer is 19. He's out and about. He's worked with us since he was 8, but he's now legally able to be a volunteer for BirdFair.
Yes.
And he's out and about as a photographer. And we've got another young woman who's, I suppose, early 20s, and she's just finished her degree, and she's been grabbed by her grandfather. Yes, you can come and volunteer with me. And so I'm giving her an experience all over the show, because I want her next year and the year after, and maybe she works up to presenting from the main Osprey stage in 5 years' time, and getting some limelight and really feeling she's important.
Yes.
I think really it's the diversity, so many different dimensions of aspects on the stands and the people who come here. We've had a great wealth of conservation knowledge coming here. Some's got a big history from the past. There's also the holiday people who bring their information about travels here.
Yes.
And as well the exhibitors themselves, who many of them are well travelled to get here.
I honestly can't remember when I first came. It was in the late 90s, just as a visitor, and after a few years I thought I really feel I ought to sort of contribute a bit more than this and help out, so I volunteered. The first year I volunteered, I was on the stage crew, the site crew, under Martin Aspinall, the original site manager. It was very hard and we had to get up very early. And the following year I thought there must be something a little less demanding. I went to events like that now and met Nigel Scott, and I've been doing it ever since.
Alongside me is Nigel Scott, and you've been volunteering now for 22 years here at the BirdFair.
Yep,
so
that's right.
How did you get started?
Well, my wife, my late wife, saw BirdFair and she thought, oh, that's fun, let's go to that. And because we were both in the charity world, she said, I wonder if any volunteers. So about a week before the BirdFair, she rang up and they said, oh yes, we always need volunteers, please come. So the two of us came and volunteered, and she did some various bits and pieces. I think my first volunteering year, I spent 4 hours standing in the car park on Friday and Saturday afternoons when there's no movement in the car park. So that was quite fun. I got to know the cows at Rutland Water quite well.
It's something you clearly enjoy.
I love it,
Yes.
It's brilliant. It's the most rewarding thing I do all year. So at various times I've been an ecologist, college lecturer, but this is just something different. What a sense of achievement, having contributed to something so amazing. It just generally makes such a difference.
One volunteer arrived on the ferry from the Netherlands yesterday morning. She's been volunteering for several years and really looks forward to it. So she brings herself from the Netherlands. She's camping and thoroughly enjoying herself, because there isn't a global bird fair anywhere else. So if she wants to attend, she has to come to the UK.
The first year was a very steep learning curve. It was all done on paper. We had a big planning sheet, lots of pins, and that was the way that it was done. But we've since acquired a piece of computer technology which has been developed from a farm database system, and that allows us to do all the shift filling electronically, and also to allow people to choose their own shifts on the website rather than what we do in the old days, which was all on paper.
We've gone away from panel games and a bit of fun to are now much more serious. So Dominic Dyer's debates, conservation presentations, people talking about the work they're doing. So it's much more, if you like, it's much more conservation focused, which is a good thing, I think. And it's much more about what we can do as birders for the future, rather than necessarily just. I mean, I'm not always sure the audience entirely gets it, but you know, some of them are young enough to realise they should be doing it.
When it was in the original site at Eggleton, Bill Hoddy was there, and he was due on stage in about 3 minutes, and he wasn't there, and nobody knew where he was. Bill would often get sidetracked because everyone wanted to talk to Bill.
Yes.
So I was sent off as a runner to find him, and I did find him, and then we're heading towards events. And Bill said, "I think I know a shortcut." So he led me off through these bushes, and to cut a long story short, we got lost. We got covered in thorns, we were covered in mud. They'd gone on without him and were sort of stalling, but when he came back, his feet were so plastered with mud they looked like deep sea divers' boots.
Other highlights, well, I mean, I think Chris Packham bringing on young birders some years ago, that he brought on 4 or 5 young birders who were young teenagers and gave them awards and got them to talk about what they were doing, and that to me is brilliant. Getting the youngsters up on stage and showing them, and the age, the age of most of the performers is coming down all the time.
So we are a family.
Yes.
It's a global BirdFair family, and without any of the nonsense. We all have a job to do, we all have a cause to follow. We're all doing our best to raise as much money as possible for the project. And we have a lot of fun.
We are, of course, like ducks. We look serene on the top, but the underneath our legs are rushing around. No, I mean it's great because we just analyse it. James, who runs the front of house and has done for years, again. He first came here as a teenager, and now he's into his 30s and he's still doing it, so that's fine. But he knows exactly what to do, so he does things before I even think about them, which is nice. And then, Liz and Tracy in the green room, they know what to do, and Maria as well. They all know what to do, and we just have to then deal with any issues that arise and problems that arise. So, we always have 1 or 2 of those, but we just smile and get on with it.
There'll be a lot of people who are here on site who say, I'd like to volunteer. So they'll give me their email addresses and I'll be emailing them next week.
Yes.
And then it calms down a little bit, and we have a computer website where the volunteers choose their own roles, and that will all have to be cleared out. And I've got a young man with a brain the size of a planet who does our computing stuff, and so it'll be instructing Ben to do that. And then it calms down a bit, and sort of October-ish I shall be sending out the first emails and saying, website's ready, you can volunteer.
Yes.
And by December I shall have got the main cohort in place.